Well, she has helped us all year long by sharing valuable life-saving information on heart disease. It is our nation's #1 killer. And this morning she is back to continue the conversation with talking about good heart healthy things during the holidays. And it's always fun to have Dr. Shobha back on our show. Dr. Shobha, thank you for being here.
Always love being here.
Yeah, you've got such great information, and you hear stories and you share stories, and we were just talking about the holidays and how this is such a great time to be with people, to spend that time with people, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Holidays is about relaxing, enjoying, sharing, and like Mayberry Deputy said, uplifting each other. And you cannot imagine how important this is for your heart health. Because when you're together as families, you have all these positive emotions, positive thoughts, a feel-good thing in the heart. You release positive hormones that actually help your heart. In fact, it's been shown that people and couples and families who have support and they are happy and they enjoy doing things actually live longer. So the best gift you can give to your family this year is to be with them, spend time with them, and uplift each other, and you'll be doing a wonderful thing for your heart.
It's amazing. We think about the heart, and we always talk about the emotional side, but that emotion leads right into the physical side, the heart health.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me give you an example of a little grandparent couple that is expecting children and grandchildren home for the holidays. This created so much stress in their household. Little old grandma with all the arthritis is not able to go up and down the basement. So she sends grandpa to go 10 times up and down the dusty basement. He has to reach up and get the ornaments. And guess what? He starts having asthma attacks. He starts having chest pain and winds up in the hospital.
Oh,
just the stress of getting up, getting ready for Christmas. What is the best gift, we can give to our family? That becomes the question. We have always raised our children to have gifts. It's all about giving gifts to the children, and nothing wrong with that. We have somehow become materialistic in this, but a lot of people's lives depend on toys and sales and all that. But with that, I wish we could instill in our kids the gift of love and spending time, because time, I think, is the most valuable commodity. Can you imagine teenage kids spending time with their grandparents one-on-one? A teenage boy asking his grandma to dance with him, calling her on the phone, or little kids just spending time with their grandparents and watching Mayberry Deputy on TV. Can you imagine how healing it is for the heart, for the grandparents? Or giving a gift to a restaurant, for example, to a grandpa to take grandma out on a one-on-one date. Sweet. There are so many small things that we can do, and none of this costs money. Spending time with your grandparents is not going to cost you money, but it's going to give them the most awesome healing process. Actually, these things will help heal the heart.
And I think that's so true when you get that gift that it's a gift of time, or it's a gift that someone put a lot of effort into, or if you're a child, you made that gift as a parent and as a grandparent.
Right.
It just feels so good.
Yes, yes. And if you're thinking of gifts for your grandparents, think of other things. For example, you might want to get them a blood pressure cuff. Sit down with them and teach them how to use it and record it. Ask them when they went to see their when they went to see their doctor or the nurse practitioner, to see when they had their last eye exam done. Look around the house. Are there things that they can trip over? Is there enough lighting in the hallways when they get up in the night to go to the bathroom? Look for simple things like this that'll keep them safe, prevent them from falling. And they may be hiding things from you, but be vigilant about how they're moving, how they're acting. Is grandpa getting into a little dementia? Does grandma need more help with him? Do they have enough money for groceries? Do they have enough money for electricity bills and things like that? Look into their lives a little bit. I'll give you this example of another gentleman that came into my office, a lot of chest pain, a lot of shortness of breath. And we started thinking about things. And he went back to when he was 18 years old, and he had this car, and all the boys would line up and all the girls would just kind of, this just took us to a time. Spend time with your grandparents. Ask them how it was growing up. What are the things, when your grandparents first met? Simple things like this that light up their eyes, light up their day. Look into their lives and kind of spend time with them. And I think, the gift of giving needs to be taught to our children.
Absolutely. And I think that's so important, to take that time out to teach our children. And in some cases, it may be a case of the kids just aren't good at that communication. So helping them find a way to open
Right.
up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because I think that we think that it was just so easy for us, but as a different generation
Right.
coming with this, it's a
Absolutely.
lot harder for them, I think, to communicate and to
Right.
get their feelings across.
Yes.
So some great information, and certainly, like you said, always be wary of the signs that something might be wrong and get them
Right.
that attention that they need.
Right. You know, watch for chest pain, shortness of breath, stroke-like symptoms. Are they weak on one side of the body? Things like that, you know, that they need to go to the doctor for.
All right. Well, Dr. Shobha, Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, same to you.
Thank you so much for what you do for Daytime and all of our viewers out there. Always
Oh,
good information.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, if you have more questions, you can always check out this website for other information. And as you may have heard, Kingsport getting ready to celebrate its centennial. Stay tuned to see just how close we are to celebrating 100 years of Kingsport.